When I was 21, I only had $6 to my name living off of food stamps. By 22, I had hit my first $60,000 profit month, all from TikTok Shop affiliate. But honestly, I never even thought that any of this was possible. So what I'm about to share is the exact step-by-step playbook on how I went from being $40,000 in debt on food stamps, driving for Uber Eats, to scaling past $2 million with TikTok Shop in under a year. So please pay close attention, because if you don't, you're passing on a life-changing strategy that could rewrite your future just as it did mine. So getting right into it, how it started. So back in high school, I actually didn't get to walk at graduation simply because I didn't do my senior project. I was just like, from a young age, I knew that things that I didn't want to put any time into, like I wasn't going to waste my time on that. So even from the get-go, I was already, doing drop shipping, like looking for side hustles, starting other businesses, all right? Because I knew that there was more for me than just following the conventional path, the corporate ladder. I didn't want to be a lawyer or a doctor or any of that bullshit. So yeah, pretty much I didn't get to walk at graduation. I moved to LA to pursue acting and social media. Obviously though, acting doesn't really pay the bills. So that was rough. But, I actually did come out with a movie recently, which was pretty cool. Right before I left LA, I got to shoot my first feature film, which was an awesome experience. But getting back into the main point of the video, at 21, I was driving for Uber Eats in LA, specifically around like North Hollywood area. This was how much I was making like every hour. And this was like on a good trip, right? $12 on a good trip. And I was making probably like $60 to $80 a day, which is nothing, especially if you live in LA, okay? I was on food stamps with my girlfriend. Threw up a picture right here so you guys can know I'm not capping. And pretty much I had $6 to my name. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And not to mention, I was also $40,000 in debt because of a failed Airbnb business. So like I said, I was always trying different things. Like I was never not doing something, right? I was always trying to do different things and businesses and side hustles. That way I can make some money. But obviously none of them were really working out. But here's how it's going now. So I actually got to buy a home at 23 during one of the worst housing markets. If you know anything about the housing market right now, it's insane, extremely hard to buy a home, especially when you're young. And I think the average age of the home buyer went up like to mid 30s or mid 40s, if I'm not mistaken. It might be even more than that, but yeah. And that was completely me, no help from my parents, because obviously my parents are immigrants, right? They came to this country with nothing, so I didn't really have financial support from them. I got to buy my dream car that I've envisioned ever since I was a kid. I loved the C6s, the C7 Corvettes, and I actually ended up purchasing a C8 Corvette fully spec'd out. So it's got the Z51 package, 3LT convertible. It's right here, the blue one, my pride and joy. Absolutely love riding her every day. But most importantly, and the most proud moment of my life, was being able to tell my mom that she never has to work another day in her life. And so my mom is retired, and I throw up a picture right here because she's also my pride and joy. I love her, and I understand everything that she went through. When my parents came to this country, the United States, from Colombia, they had nothing. My mom worked as a custodian at Harvard, which is kind of cool. She gets to tell people she worked at Harvard, but probably not the job that most people envision when people say, hey, I worked at Harvard. So she was just a custodian, and my dad worked just like random food service jobs. So never really grew up with much, but yeah, now I get to travel the world and still work wherever I want. I stay at really nice, cool Airbnbs. I was at a really dope one in Charlotte. I'll throw up a video right here of what that was like. And then I was just at another one in Florida, in Orlando. It was beautiful. It was right on the lake. And so it's one of the best feelings, just being able to work from where you want. It's that freedom that I think I've always wanted. Like, I'm the type of person that I always have to be doing something, but I never want to be tied down. You know what I mean? I never want to be just in an office all day. I want to be able to travel the world and still get work done. And that's what I love about TikTok Shop affiliates. So let's actually go ahead and talk about, how did I even get into TikTok Shop? Like, how did this even come into the equation? So I actually saw a video of a guy who looked much younger than me. I think he was like 19 or 20. And he said that he literally bought a Porsche with TikTok Shop. And, I would look at this guy and I was like, bro, this guy is no different than me. Like, he doesn't know anything more about sales, about marketing. Because at this point, after I had got out of that rut, with Uber Eats driving, with being broke, being on food stamps, took on a mentorship. I learned everything I could about sales, marketing, business, and I started up my own fitness coaching business because I felt like that was one of the only things I was good at. And I loved working out, and I had done bodybuilding in the past. So I was like, why not help people get in shape? And so I was able to scale that up. Like, some months would be like 20K, some months would be like 5K, but it would stay kind of stuck at those 10K months. So when I saw this guy talk about TikTok Shop, I was like, why not give this a try? Like, I have the sales experience, the marketing experience, and I feel like if I can sell high ticket fitness coaching packages, how hard can it be to sell like a $20 to $30 product on TikTok Shop, right? Like, it's probably so much easier, right? So I decided to order my first 2 products, and actually I have photos of them right here. It was this bullshit ass LED light from China, nothing major. I posted a few videos on that, but saw no success. But actually, the second product I ever ordered was these fitted gym shirts, and this is actually one of my most winningest products and the one that sold the most. And so let me go ahead and walk you guys through that. So like I said, I started posting, little random no effort videos with these TikTok Shop affiliate products. And as expected, I didn't really see any results with the light, but something actually started happening with the shirts. They were actually leading to sales, the videos that I was posting. So at first I was making like $8 a day. And then I saw the next day that it like had literally doubled. I was making 20 bucks a day. And the next day like doubled again, it was like 40 bucks a day. And that's when I knew like, okay, I think I actually have something right here. Like I think I can do something with this, you know? And so that's how my strategy came into full force, into fruition. I thought like, dude, if this is working, I'm not gonna switch anything up. And I think that's the mistake that a lot of people make, like affiliates or even just people who are, you know, seeing success in something. Like you think you have to switch it up. You think the grass is greener on the other side. But the truth is like, if something is working, it's making you money, like why not run that up? Why not scale that up? Because you have the proof in motion right there, right? So I didn't order any new products. I didn't try new content style. I was just repeating what was working. And this is exactly, you know, this kind of getting into the tactical stuff on like how you can copy this, okay? But at the end of the day, it was literally just pure brute force. And I've always kind of been that type of guy where it's like, you know, when I see something that works, I just double down on it, okay? I just keep attacking. Like there's no way I'm going to fail. When I have something in my mind, it's just like, I'm going to force this to work out. Like that's literally my mentality with everything, forcing things to work. And I don't think I'm a super smart guy, like at all. I'm actually pretty fucking retarded. Like, and I'm not joking. Like when I came to school, like, yeah, I was good at math, at science, but I never applied myself because those weren't things I was interested in. And I don't think I'm like some super scientist like Elon Musk or, you know, Mark Zuckerberg or any like Sam Altman, like OpenAI. I can never do what those guys do in terms of like, you know, computing and science and software. That's what my brother's good at. You know, he worked at Microsoft and, you know, he had a really good job with them and he's always been kind of like the smarter brother. But me, I've just kind of been like business, you know, business oriented marketing, sales, because I feel like I understand people very well. I understand why people buy things. And I think that's one of the best skills that you can have. So like I said, what I'm good at though is understanding patterns. Okay. And like I said as well, you know, when something works, I double down on that shit. So pretty much as soon as I started to see that initial success with those compression shirts, I started posting 10 videos a day for these shirts. And that's when things really started to get insane. So I was making fuck you money as a 22-year-old. This was around June when I really hit my first $60,000 profit month from these shirts. In July, I turned 23 and hit my biggest month ever, which was $165,000 of pure profit. And that was an amazing birthday gift. Okay. And I turned 23. And again, like I said, I'll throw up a screenshot right here. And then August was another amazing month. I hit 100K profit month, and I'll throw up another screenshot of that right here. But now I just really want to share how to go about recreating this for yourself, because that's obviously what you're here for. Okay. So first thing I want to mention is that nothing matters if you have a shit product. Okay. I see so many affiliates, they're struggling and they try very, very hard. Like they're putting in the work, they're posting videos and their videos are good. But if you have a shit product, I always say you cannot polish a turd. If people don't want the product that you're selling, they're not going to buy it, no matter how good your videos are. So how do we identify what even is a winning product? Well, it's actually super simple. Okay. When you think about it and ask yourself, what are the reasons I buy? So I always like to put myself in like the customer's shoes, or even just my shoes. Like, why do I buy products? Like, why do I buy like these certain sneakers over these sneakers? Well, they're comfortable, they look nice, they just fit my vibe. Or like, why did I buy this supplement instead of this supplement? Well, it's because, you know, it's what I need right now to make gains, or it's what I need right now to lose fat. But always ask yourself and put yourself in the customer's position. That's going to help you out so much. And it's a simple reframe, but a lot of people don't even take it to that step. And it's such a simple reframe. So my winning product, like I said, was those compression shirts, but the angle that I took was completely untapped. And we'll dive into this a little bit further in the next slide, like in terms of your content strategy. But basically the angle that I had taken, like what I saw everybody doing was just like saying, hey, you know, go get these shirts. They're super cheap. Or like, hey, these shirts are super comfy for the gym. They're super breathable, you know, perfect for working out. But the angle that I took was that I mentioned how it's like a compression and the fact that it makes your arms look fucking huge, but it's not like a regular compression that really makes your gut stick out and it's all tight around your stomach and it's super uncomfortable. Okay. So it pretty much hides your tummy, but makes your arms look gigantic. And so that angle was completely untapped. Nobody had been doing it. And also you're able to tap into pain and desire, which I'm going to break down right now. So before we get into that, the other thing in terms of winning products is you want the product to actually seem like a great deal. And so at the time, the shirts were like a 5-pack of shirts for only 15 bucks, which is actually an insane deal. That means each shirt is only like $2.50. And if you know anything about gym clothing, it can be very expensive, like especially like Young LA, Gymshark, they're spending like 30 bucks on a single shirt. And so TikTok Shop, you know, at the time they were doing all these crazy deals. They were offering like free shipping coupons for the sellers. And so I capitalized on that. You know, I mentioned that price over and over again and how good of a deal it was. 5 shirts for 15 bucks is an insane deal. Okay. Plus they were actually pretty good quality. Like I wore them for an entire year straight. I wore them, you know, to the gym to work out, and they were just really good shirts. And now, like I mentioned, you really want to tap into the emotions of your customer. Okay. So there's 2 ways to go about this. You can either tap into their pain or their insecurity, or you can help them envision their dream. So again, with the shirts, the main pain that we were discussing was like, if you're bulking or if you have a dad bod, you can't wear regular compressions because you just look like a fat fuck, you know, like, and you're not going to feel good wearing that. Like, yes, your arms may look good, but people are going to see your stomach sticking out. So that was a huge pain point that I was able to really really capitalize on. And when it comes to the dream, you know, it just makes you look better, makes you feel more confident. You're gonna get more compliments. Like people are gonna see your arms and think like, wow, this guy is jacked. And so the best products that you should be looking for are products that tackle both of these. They tackle both the pain and they tackle both the dream. And one of the best examples I can give you, just think about it like this. This is something else that I like to think about in terms of marketing and sales. Like what is popping right now? And not even just like on a micro scale on like TikTok Shop, but in general, the biggest product that is selling right now, let's be honest, Ozempic. Why? Like every celebrity and their mom's taking it. Every person that you know is taking it. Your neighbors are taking it, whether you know it or not. And so why is it such a good product though? Well, first off, it delivers the result fast, right? It delivers the result pretty much with 100% guarantee. You inject yourself and you're gonna get skinny, right? But it tackles the pain. It's like people don't wanna be fat. They don't wanna feel insecure when they take off their shirt. They wanna look better when they fuck. They wanna look better at the beach, and they don't wanna be out of breath when they're climbing up the stairs. So you're tackling that pain like Ozempic is, but it's also tackling the dream. It's helping them envision what their life is gonna look like. Oh, you're gonna be fit, you're gonna be skinny, you're gonna look great, you're gonna get compliments from people. Imagine the feeling of someone seeing you and they haven't seen you in 6 months and like, oh my God, Victoria, you look so different. Like you look amazing now. And so it's also helping them envision that dream. And so that's something that's huge with picking out your products. The best products do both of those things, pain, and they also offer a dream. So how are we actually gonna market this to the masses, okay? So the most important thing is that you want your videos to follow a proven structure. Something that we use and that I use and my students and clients use is called the conversion code, okay? Which basically means a hook, you have story in there, you have proof, and you have a call to action. I dive into this in a ton of my videos, but you wanna follow a proven system that is known to convert into sales, that is known to actually make you money. Because the thing is, you can't just throw videos aimlessly at the wall. Yes, a winning product is gonna help, but if your videos are shit and you know you're not really making people wanna buy, then they're not gonna buy. But guess what? If they see another video that does follow a proven structure like the conversion code, that's gonna get their attention, that's gonna make them wanna buy, that channels their desire, and then that makes them buy because of scarcity or urgency, or like, hey, it's on sale, it's low in stock, they'll get it right now, and they're gonna buy from that other person who had a great video. So it's very important that you follow a proven system like the conversion code. That way your videos actually get sales, okay? So now when it comes to recreating the videos that are working, you always want to see which of your videos are performing best in terms of like views, in terms of sales. The most important thing is sales, okay? If a video has 1 million views but no sales, then that just tells you that the hook was good, but you know, you probably need to work on story, including some proof and having a better call to action. So at the end of the day, the videos that you should be studying from yourself and from competitors aren't just videos that are viral, but videos that actually get views. Do you understand what I'm saying? Say yes? Amazing. So you want to recreate the videos that are getting you sales. And I don't understand why affiliates like will have a video pop off and then they just never recreate it. They just like start doing different content styles or start promoting other products. Like, bro, you are sitting on a gold mine. So recreate that shit. I always say run that shit till the wheels fall off. When it comes to volume strategy, I'm a big believer, like I said, in brute force, just forcing shit to work out in your favor. So at the time I was posting 10 times a day, and I was also posting on X, like Twitter, like what my strategy was, and people thought I was literally insane. People were like, dude, why are you posting so much? You can get the same results like posting 1 to 2 quality videos a day. And honestly, it's just like, if you are obsessive about this and you just post constant content, it's like you are going to be the person that pops up in these people's feeds on TikTok constantly. They won't be able to get enough of you. Like every scroll, dude, you're gonna be there, you're gonna be there, you're gonna be there. And so you cannot fail when you are posting like a madman. So 10 times a day, that's what I do till this day. That is the strategy that works for me. Pretty much just like a war of attrition. You are going to be constantly in that person's mind. So that's why you want to post as much as possible. Another thing that we do in terms of scaling is we use comment replies. So when someone asks like, does it come in this size, or does it have this color, or, you know, is this good if, you know, I work out at home, whatever, right? You want to always reply to those comments with a video. So what that does is that allows you to make more content in an easier fashion. It retargets the people who watched the original video, and it also handles the objection of the person who asked the question. So let's say if they ask, you know, is this shirt breathable? That's not the only person that has that question, right? If someone asks, does this product work on cats? It's like a dog product. And, you know, they ask, does it also work for cats? And you answer and you're like, yes, it does. Then again, you're not only answering the question for that person, you're not only handling their objection, but every other person who had that same question is going to get that objection handled. And so that's why comment reply videos are so effective, especially with TikTok Shop. I always say that the TikTok Shop algorithm is extremely smart, and it will find the right people no matter what. It is extremely smart, and it's going to find the right buyers for your videos. So use that to your advantage. And the last thing that we do is we use Spark ads. Okay, so this is something where you send in code that your video generates to the brand, and they will run ads to your video completely on them. Like they are spending advertising money, and you get a percentage of those sales. So it is an easy way to make money. You're using the brand's money, not your own money, to push out your video even more. So once you see traction, once your video is getting views and sales, send that code code to the seller, and that's gonna allow you to scale. And now they make it even easier because you don't even need to send in your ad code anymore. You just turn on a feature called mass ad authorization. And pretty much once you turn that feature on, all of your videos will be able to run ads without you having to send in a code. So as soon as a brand or company sees that your video is popping off and getting sales, they're just gonna run ads straight to it. So just turn on that button and brands will automatically run ads to your videos. Now, this is the exact strategy that I used to make $500,000 in profit at 23. And you have a few options available to you at this point. Option one, you can obviously keep doing what you're doing, scrolling, posting random videos and hoping your next video randomly takes off. This is what I call hope marketing. But let's be honest, okay? You might eventually hit something after a few months, or you might burn out first, which is what happens to a lot of affiliates. They start posting a little and they don't see the results they want to see, and then they're just like, oh, this is fake, this is a scam, this isn't for me. But either way, you know, it's slow, it's unpredictable, and you're gambling with your time. And I call that the death by 1,000 cuts. You know, when you don't know what you're doing, when you're posting aimlessly, when you're just trying everything and anything under the sun and you're not seeing results, that's gonna make you so demotivated, okay? And that's why I call it the death by 1,000 cuts, because eventually, once you post a ton of videos and you're not seeing results, you're gonna quit. Option two is you can try to reverse engineer what I'm doing. Okay, you binge my free content here on YouTube, you copy my strategy the best you can, and eventually you start seeing some results. Now, will it work? Probably, of course, because I know what I'm talking about and I've been doing this for a year and my students see amazing results. But will it be fast or easy? Of course, probably not, okay? Because you're still gonna have to test a ton, you're still gonna get stuck, you're still gonna have to find your winning products, you're still gonna have to come up with a content strategy for you and find out what makes you unique, what's your unfair advantage, what's your unicorn, and you have to figure out all of these missing pieces on your own. So what is option three, your best option? You work directly with me and my team, you follow the proven playbook that we built after over $2 million in revenue, and we help you shortcut everything, okay? You're gonna get step-by-step help choosing products, fixing your videos, and scaling when it works, with real feedback from people who are actually doing this every single day. Like, guys, I am still posting on TikTok Shop affiliate every single day. I'm still making money to this day, okay? So this is built to help you hit those consistent 5 to 10K months without guessing. So let's talk about exactly what you're gonna get, what you're gonna experience inside of my one-on-one mentorship. You get a complete A to Z course that's gonna teach you exactly how to start and how to scale as a TikTok Shop affiliate, from picking winning products to creating content that actually converts into sales. Okay, you get your own customized strategy. We will choose winners based off of you, your unicorn, your unfair advantage, and you also get a private Slack channel with one-on-one support. So you have a direct line to me and my team, post your videos, ask questions, and get real personalized feedback fast. So let me show you guys how this actually works. So right here, we have one of my clients inside of Slack, and so we pretty much do everything for them. We handle their scripts, we pick out their winning products, we help them film, and we teach them exactly how to do this. Once they send in their videos, like right here, we give them customized one-on-one feedback. That way their videos actually convert into sales and they're not just aimlessly wandering and hoping that this works. You also do get access to weekly group calls with high-level affiliates. I'm always in there, so it's not like just my team and someone else, like an employee running this. It's actually me in there, right? So every week you're gonna hop on live calls with other serious affiliates. You're gonna learn what's working right now, get your questions answered, get your account audited, and your videos with feedback, okay? You're gonna be able to stay dialed in with strategies that are printing right now, okay? Not from months ago. So you are getting advice from a 7-figure affiliate on what is working right fucking now, all right? Because a lot of the times these courses and these communities that were built a year ago, they haven't even updated them. So they don't even know what's working right now. Obviously with social media, with TikTok, everything is constantly changing. So that's why it's so important to actually have a good pulse on TikTok Shop and where it's at right now. That way you can make the most amount of money possible. Now, something else that we offer is done with you script writing. So we are the only agency that actually helps you write out your content scripts for TikTok Shop affiliate. This way, you don't have to stare at a blank screen anymore. You don't have to wonder like, oh, what should I say? What hook should I use? How should I, do the call to action? We literally do everything for you. So you just pick up your phone, film the script that we provide, and then all you do is just post, right? So this is one of the scripts that we wrote for a one-on-one client. And like I said, we actually dive deep into who you are, what you like, what you don't like, pick out your winning products, and then based off of those winning products that we give you, we write scripts that are tailored to your personality and who you are, right? It's nothing that's just like randomly generated. Like, we actually script these out. So we give you the hook, we tell you how to film it, we tell you how to sound, we give you that story. Everything is as smooth as possible to make your life as easy as possible, and so that you can actually see results. And this is the exact same system that allowed me to live a life of financial freedom without ever having to look at the price tag again. I get to stay in the nicest locations on the planet, and the best feeling ever is being able to provide for my family so that they never have to worry about a bill again. Okay, so as you guys can see, I got to buy my dream car, my family's retired, I bought a home with my girlfriend at 23 years old, and again, just being able to stay in the locations you've always wanted to stay in, travel the world, be able to work from anywhere that you want. that feeling is unbeatable. And you're probably wondering like, okay, Sebastian, this is cool and all, it works for you, but let's see some results. Does this actually work for your clients, for your students? So yeah, actually, Alberto, before he came to me, he was stuck at $100 months, and now he's clearing $1,000 profit weeks. He didn't really know how to choose winning products, how to scale. He didn't really know how to make videos that actually convert and lead into sales. And now he has that system. And that's exactly why he's seeing such good results. We also have Braden, who's a literal teenager hitting $2,000 profit weeks. That is insane. I can't imagine making this type of money when I was a teen, okay? We also have Tom, who just hit a $600 profit day, and he's banking $1,000 profit weeks consistently now. And we also have another one of my students who hit a $1,400 profit day. Yes, I said day. That is absolutely insane, okay? And I know a lot of people also asked, Sebastian, this is cool and all, and you have some great screenshots, but like, are you still doing this? Are you still making money? So that's a question I get a lot. And yeah, so it is literally 5:30 p.m. If you know anything about TikTok Shop, the day doesn't end until 4 a.m. So we still have about 11 hours left in the day. And check this out. I'm at $300 for the day. Let's check out what we made yesterday. Live, $440. And that is pure profit, okay? And these aren't even some of my best days. Like, I would consider these like pretty low days because my full focus is now in building out my agency and helping other people see results. That's my main business. But I'm telling you, when I was fully focused on TikTok Shop, I was making 10K days, and now it's just like I post when I can, because obviously I want to take care of my clients, my students, make sure they have the best experience possible and are actually able to make money. So if you want my one-on-one help with this, I'll leave the top link inside of the description, and then you can go ahead and apply for this program for my one-on-one mentorship. Now that you've seen how I went from broke to over $2 million in just under a year, you've got what you need to start changing your life too. If you want to learn how to make videos that are guaranteed to go viral and drive sales, make sure you watch the next video right here. Other than that, I'll see you on the inside. Thanks for watching.